Oh, Jacob, how would you
Yes.
go about?
If I was explaining it, I would probably be prone to do Morpheus stuff as well. I would speak in metaphor until they start questioning, like, "Are you talking about something real?" Yes, I am.
Well, actually, you know what? It's pretty difficult because I'm starting to talk about being in a simulation, and you would be like, "What?"
Well, basically, this is how it starts. I would say, "Okay, Neo, listen. Have you heard of the simulation theory?" I would say, "Have you heard of the problems, the philosophical problems of how do we know we're not living in a simulation?" I would start there. I would say, "What if I told you it's not just a philosophical problem? What if I told you it's an actual, well, it is an actual problem, but what if I told you it's real? It's not a theory, but it's actually a fact.
And he would go,
We are
do you
living in
know?"
a program, and you believe you're seeing the world it is, but you're actually looking at impulses being fed into your brain, and you are not even here. You are in a plant, plugged in.
even here.
That's what I would say. And he would say, I can take you there, but once you're unplugged, there's no going back.
"Oh,
What do
you're
you say?
plugging what? My computer. I have lots of hard drives." No.
The whole training program scene, this whole scene, wasn't storyboarded at all.
Whoa.
Oh, just freehand.
Yeah, they did all the storyboards just to show how much they would have to pay for the visual effects budget and stunt work and stuff, all that stuff. So stuff like this, they didn't have to board.
That's actually really interesting because how did they plan it out? They just kind of get coverage?
Yeah, just do it on the day. Seriously, like just do it on the day, because usually what happens is even if you have storyboards, people have a general idea what to do, but you still have to direct, and people still have to put stuff on and set stuff up, and you can always change it while you're there.
Yeah.
Right.
I would probably go and pull out the crazy things like, "Oh, do you remember your mouth being stuck together?" Or do you remember me hacking into your computer? You know, how did I how could
Hacking
I
into your
hacking,
I
hacking.
hacked in there.
Or like he would go, "Did you ever see a deja vu? Did you see it? These are all glitches. This world is not perfect. It is not real. And I will show you. I will build my own
Getting
race
so
of atomic
excited.
Superman that will conquer the world."
And then you would go, you're crazy.
Yeah.
We must pull the string.
You're a madman.
Pull the string.
Machine pull the string.
Mistakes made.
A story must be told.
Watch Morpheus's eyes when he says, "We would have told you to shove that red pill right up your ass." Just watch his eyes when he says that line,
Okay.
especially on the words "red pill."
The training program with the agent don't exist in this script. So this is what happens, okay? This is a transition. All right, so this is after Cypher says, "I'll give you the man who does," and then Agent Smith goes, "Morpheus." Okay, so you know the context here.
Okay.
Okay,
And it cuts. Main deck. Sweat dapples his lip as Neo snaps out of the construct coma. Jesus, I was wondering about that. Tank says, "What?" "Why it was bald here, but not in the Matrix." And Tank goes, "RSI." And Neo goes, "Residual self-image." Good. Good. Now what's this? He points to one of Neo's monitors. Life systems monitor, glucose levels. What's that? Main power supply to the core. He follows Tank to the operator station where he points to the red key switch. How about this? Mainframe self-destruct uses all remaining power to generate an EMP? And Tank goes, "Electromagnetic pulse. Our best weapons against the machines. The problem is if someone is still in the Matrix, when that thing goes off, they're not coming back." Neo nods as Morpheus comes up behind them.
Oh, yes.
Comes up, "How's he doing?"
Yes.
And Tank goes,
"Oh, does he tap him on the back?
"How's he?"
Good boy, good school
And
boy."
Tank goes, "We just finished the operation programs and he's showing great retention." Morpheus goes, "Good. I want everyone alerted to 12-hour standby. We're going in. Neo, it's time for you to know why you're here." And Morpheus walks away. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Neo goes, "What's he talking about?" And Tank goes, he's taking you to the Matrix to see her." "See who?" "Who do you think?"
The Oracle.
The stripper. Now, so these are the operational programs we were talking about. It is all this
Yep.
stuff about, like he skips going to the agent, the woman in the red dress and all that stuff, and just goes straight to the fighty stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do fighting first, and then they do jump program.
Yeah, and then comes the Cypher betrayal, and then comes this scene that I
Yeah.
just showed you, and then the Oracle.
Well, I think the part with Morpheus coming in, that was fine.
That was fine. The
earlier
part
stuff,
where
yeah.
He's
that
like,
was-
"What's this?"
where it's like the schoolboy. It's like he's reciting and he's like, he's such a good boy. He learned all this. He's so
I
smart.
know. Can you imagine like Morpheus comes in and they're like, he's such a good boy. He studied well. He's getting A+ grades.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Okay, so I would be like, Neo, do you know you're in a simulation right now? It's a simulation for your mind being controlled by machines.
Go on, Philip. It's okay. We're listening.
Right now, we're inside a computer program. Neo, would you believe me?
It was funny. He said, Neo. It's like, Neo, don't walk out the door, Neo. Neo, close that door.
Most of the visuals for this scene were done by Tani Kunitake, who we talked about before. He did those quick paintings, those wonderful, nice-looking gouache, I think. No, would it be gouache or would it be acrylic? Looks more like acrylic to me, but I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, you mean
Those paintings that he
painting
did with the real world and the claw grabbing him. And what was nice about this is that he said he felt very proud that these shots were so similar to what he painted, which goes to show how concept artists and their work is usually, they get interpreted and changed. And so concept artists, when they see their actual painting being put on screen, because that's what they were made to do, it's a nice feeling. So excuse me.
Don't cry.
It's not.
It's
It's not.
Drink some water.
Yeah, drink some water. It's
I'm
not.
serious.
It's not very common for
You can drink some water.
most of the concept art to be portrayed
I know what you're saying,
accurately.
yeah.
But then again, nowadays it's like 100% because you can,
Well,
concept artists
nowadays,
can do,
they make the movie in the computer, and they're like, "Let's go film this."
Yeah.
Let's
But
do this.
like I said, like the concept artists now can do 3D concept art, and they can actually build the set for you, and then when they film it, and when they can just take the files, it's very streamlined, unlike how it was before. Also, all the concept art pieces were framed like comic panels, and they did it without constraints to the.
By the way, did we ever mention that on the show?
Yeah.
Well,
Without,
I think
with
so.
the, like how it was framed like comic panels instead of being
Mhm.
reframed to
The storyboards.
to the aspect ratio. So that's
Oh,
all. They did that because it gave a better emotional awareness for each bit. You know?
But it is true
Yeah.
because I never read storyboards. But Phil showed me these storyboards from The Matrix, and they're very readable. You can read them like a comic, and you go,
Yeah.
"Ooh, what's happening? What's happening
And I
next?"
think that that's perfect because there's really no reason to be constrained to the aspect ratio because none of this will ever meet the final film except for the emotional and like vague
Technical decisions,
storytelling
probably.
aspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you can make it more visceral by making it like a big long
Because
vertical
basically, you're
image,
trying to translate the
Yeah.
feel,
that's exactly
not
right.
so much the specifics. Well, I mean, both the specifics and the feel, but definitely
Yeah.
the feel has to be
So?
important.
Yeah. So that means future
Yeah.
concept art artists, just or people who
Break
wanna
out of the
direct.
box,
Yeah, break out of the box,
basically the-
literally speaking. Oh!